Hey there, everybody, this is Shadowgirl, and I'm going to go on a Pokemon journey. The reason is, I kind of want to play straight record a game that's got a bit of length into it, and yet, at the same time, I don't really want to start the next Hyperdimension Neptunia game, because that's just going to be full of sadness and other things. But regardless, I'm going to go, like I said, going to go on a Pokemon journey. I'm going to play Pokémon X. Because I can. Now, for this playthrough, I'm not going to do anything specifically special for this playthrough. It's not going to be a Nuzelocke, it's not going to be any of those sort of gimmicky sort of runs. Just going to be a normal run of playing the game and beating gym leaders and all that sort of stuff, which I honestly think is a little bit more fun. I mean, yeah, I do like the occasional Nuzelocke every so often for the challenge, but I'm kind of not really that familiar with Pokémon X. It's been a while since I last played the main Generation 6 games, I'll be honest. My main Generation 6 game was actually Pokémon Y. This copy of Pokémon X is actually my niece's copy of Pokémon X. The reason why I'm using it as the main playthrough for this is essentially she lost her 3DS and she can't play anymore. Well, that, and she's not even the slightest bit interested in Pokemon anymore. She's more interested in sitting on her ass all day and playing Minecraft. So yeah, I've kind of gotten the game back. I'd say I do a similar thing for Sun and Moon, but I'm going to keep both versions for myself. I'm actually going to do one version as a casual playthrough, and the other version is actually going to be one I use for playing on YouTube. It won't be as soon as the game is released. I'm not really into playing I'm not really into playing a game as soon as it's been released. I think the closest I'd do with that was Generations, I believe. Maybe. I'm not including games that I've streamed, because if that's the case, then it should be it probably would be something that I have actually streamed. But yeah, I'm playing as the girl, and I'm already giving her a name. There are things that I am going to do that I've fixed for my team. Specifically, I already know what my starter's going to be. I already know. Well, there's actually two things I actually want to have in my team. Specifically, I want a Fairy-type Pokémon, which is a type that was introduced in this game, in this generation. And really there is a Country Dragon-type Pokémon, which have suddenly in this generation actually are pretty common. So yeah, having a Fairy-type around to counter those is okay in my books. But here we have a Fletchling. It's being rude, it's invading my personal space, and it's about to rudely waken me. It's a jerk. But anyway, just like a typical Pokemon game, you can move around. New to Generation 6 is that you can actually move diagonally with the circle pad. I believe you can do it with the D-pad as well. But yeah, for the most part, I'll be like going around with the D-pad. There's a couple of things there. X brings up the menu, and be sure to save often. As a Wii U here, it's pretty great, except it's white, and my Wii U in real life is actually black. I'm getting the secrets breaking a little bit here. I didn't know you could do that. Usually go downstairs and your mother will say, oh hey, you look like you just rolled out of bed, which you kind of have done. Go change into normal clothes. But yeah, we actually apparently own this Fletch thing who is a jerk and rudely awakened me and just wants to be in the way. But yeah, let's go meet the neighbours. And well, the neighbours are this girl here called Serena and the boy who is actually the other player character if you chose the boy. And he's called Caleb. I forget what the female trader's name is called. I'm probably going to figure it out in post. I'm going to figure it out in post and probably put it up on as an annotation or something. Yeah, hey, we've come to be friends and yeah, we're actually going to get our starter Pokemon. And well, that's the way we're going to do. We're going to get it. That's nice that the door opens and closes. We also have a pet, well, sort of a pet Rhyhorn. Can't really do anything with it. You can ride it, but he's not cooperating, he's asleep. But you can actually ride it later on, but it only goes up to the front gate there and decides, now I want to go back to bed. But part of the backstory is that the player character's mother was actually a Rhyhorn racer, which explains why we have a Rhyhorn. But yeah, we could talk to people here. That's Caleb's house. I could probably go in there and do things, but I'm not going to because I don't really need to. I actually don't know whose house this is. I think is this Serena's house? Well, there's no sign there saying whose house it is. But yeah, these signs here, these blue signs, they pretty much tell you what town you're in, and we're in Vannyville, which is the starting town. So onwards to the first route in the game, which is pathetically easy. Just there it is. There's actually, I don't think there's actually any encounters there at all, but yeah, our friends are over here, and my friends have more friends. One of them reminds me of Dex from the Battle Network series, except he's less butch and more I want to dance the night away. All of our quote unquote friends here are pretty much going to be rivals, and we are pretty much going to fight them throughout the game. But the main two rivals are Shauna and the other player character. The other player character more so because well, reasons. But yeah, they want to give me nicknames. It's like, what do you think I am? I am not a Pokemon. I do not do nicknames. Also, H-Hins there is pretty lame. K-Kins was a lot more, well, it sounded a little bit more surreal. When I played Pokemon Y, my play character was called Kasumi, so there's that. Could pick my own if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I'm just going to stick with Lady H. But enough of this nonsense, give me starters. Like I said, I have already picked my starter, and I already have a nickname for it, regardless of gender. So we have Fennekin here, who is the Fire-type star. It eventually evolves to a Fire Psychic type. Chespin here is the Grass star, and he eventually evolves to Grass Fighting type. And we have Froakie, who's of the Water type, and eventually evolves into a badass, so we're going to pick Froakie. And I am going to try and nickname my Pokemon. If I don't, then I actually can't remember what the name rare is in this generation. So fingers on a postcard. Female Froakie, I actually, like I said, I had I don't know whether the game's actually going to allow this, because I recall one of the early generation games I actually had this as my player character's name, and when it transfers to later generations, it actually censored it. So, can we call you Asuka? We can! The reason I've called Froakie Asuka here because it's female. Basically a Senran Kagura reference. If it was going to be a male Froakie, which it probably would have most likely been, I'd have nicknamed it Hayato. But yeah, the female trainer, Shauna, she gets the Pokemon that's weak to you. It's weak to your moves, whilst your main rival, Kalen, will get the Pokemon that's strong against your Pokemon. So, like I said, he's pretty much going to be the main rival of rivals for this game. And we also get the Pokédex. Which gives generally just an encyclopedia of the Pokemon we encounter, and it's trivia of the Pokemon and where we can potentially find it. And we have this letter. Basically, we're going to have to give that to our mother to actually progress the plot. So yeah, that is actually indeed going to be a thing. Also, in case you didn't know, selling kind of what we're doing now, you can actually sit on chairs and benches and stuff, which is pretty great. Usually, like in the old generation games, you just walk onto a chair and it just looks like you're standing on the chair, but yeah, they've actually made it so you go near a chair, you're actually going to sit on the chair. But anyway, we can actually want to talk to you first, because you're going to give me a free potion. And I may use it. I may or may not use it. The regular bog standard potion heals 20 HP. There's two buildings here. The one with the green roof is a shop that exclusively sells potions, and the one with the red roof is essentially a Pokemon Center. It's not an official Pokemon Center, but it does the same job essentially. We can't really go any further than this because this hiker guy is essentially going to say, "Yo, don't go any further." So yeah, we have to go back home and tell our mother, "Hey, we're going to go on a Pokemon adventure. We're going to be leaving home. We're not going to come back for a considerable time. Except, we get a rival battle." I've already been spoiled on this one. Basically, it's going to be Fennekin against Froakie. And Froakie starts off with Bubble, so unless my special attack is pretty high, I actually don't even know what my Froakie stats are like. Let's have a look. I know you're already in battle. I want to summary. I have higher special attack than regular attack. Usually, like the Froakie line has higher attack than special attack. I wonder whether I've got a nature that's like plus special minus attack, because that's probably going to change what I'm going to be doing. Regardless, Bubble's going to wreck this Fennekin. And I honestly don't know why Fennekin's going first here, because unless there's a speed type, because Froakie generally has. Oh, well, I'll get the speed drop anyway, so I'm going to go first next time regardless, and it's going to die. But the Froakie line's like the fastest, has like the highest base speed of any of the starters ever. Oh hey, you know what? Thanks for the free level up without actually needing to remotely do anything, which is pretty great. Could have made the battle a lot longer by just using pound. And tries to give me a free heal, which, like I said, I didn't really need it, but it does heal the PP. And well, we're not even going to end up fighting any wild Pokemon anyway. Let me check Froakie properly. Oh, you have one that raises special attack and lowers defense. I believe that's how it works. When you look at the stats here, there'll be one that's in red and one that's in blue. I can't really see it on the monitor, but I can see it on my DS just fine. I believe the way this works, I think it's based on its nature, its mild nature. I think that's the special attack up minus defense, which is actually sort of alright. It's pretty much going to turn, it's probably going to turn Tsukihira into a glass cannon, because its defense kind of sucks, but oh well, I suppose I'm going to get what I give, I suppose. Then again, if I'm wrong, that's another annotation on the book. So let's go back home and tell Mother we're going to be leaving home and not going to be coming back for like the longest time. I'll not walk around like I'm drunk. So yeah, we went to the next town and I got myself a Pokemon. It's pretty great. I will be honest with you though, my choice of starter is sort of biased. Basically, out of the three, Froakie was my favourite, especially like its final evolution. But for the most part, I nearly always chose the water starter for when I've started. There's pretty much few exceptions. Well, Generation 1 I usually pick Squirtle. But I did a Nuzelocke run for the YouTube channel. I started with Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's also like another favourite star. That's one of my few favourite grass types that I like. Generation 2, I prefer to pick Cyndaquil, the fire type star. I don't like any of the third generation starters, and to be honest, when I played my Alpha Sapphire, the only reason I kept Mudkip, which I started with, was because it Mega Evolved, and I wanted to team on with that Mega Evolved, even though I ended up gaining routes anyway. But given the opportunity, I would rather not go around with one of the Gen 3 starters. I also don't really like any of the Gen 4 starters, to be honest. But Piplup's like the last of two of those, and like I said, I tend to lean towards water types for when I'm picking starters. And Generation 5 is actually the I'll be honest, it's the only time that I would genuinely pick the grass star, like legitimately, apart from like Bulbasaur. And yeah, I know how to use a time map, but you're probably going to tell me anyway. And it's a key item, so it's in the bag. Basically, well, one of the things I like about Generation 6 is that there's like shortcut buttons to menu stuff. You can press X and you go to here. You don't have to, you can just go to the bottom of the screen and just touch the thing. We have Pokeballs, which we don't have yet, potions, TMs, which we don't have yet, berries, and key items. And I want to actually show the turn map because if you can see on the bottom screen, that's what Kalos looks like. And well, Kalos is actually based along France. Is its base, because pretty much every generation kind of had inspirations from places in real life. Like I believe first generation was, first generation I can't remember, but first generation was, I'm assuming it's Japan. And I'd probably say the same for Generation 2. I forget what Generation 3 and 4's was. I know Generation 5 was based in America. Generation 6 is France, and I believe the new one's Sun and Moon, I believe it's based on Hawaii or somewhere like that. But yeah, our main plan is to just go all around Kalos and beat the tar out of everybody. And apparently the Rhyhorn's finally woken up, and I think he's realised something. He's like, oh, you're going to go away, I'm not going to see you for a while. Which is a thing. Also, one thing I didn't mention with the trainer battles is that when you win, you get money and stuff. But if you lose, well, generally if you lose and you get completely wiped out, excuse me. If you lose and get wiped out, then you lose half your money, which is something I kind of don't want, but we'll see. But yeah, this guy now wants us, hey, be careful in the tall grass because the Pokemon will attack you. I don't know whether it's a mechanic and such, but I think it was a mechanic in one of the generations of Pokemon. But you're more likely to get an encounter while running, but I'm kind of not sure about that. I know it was a thing in Heart Gold. I don't know if it passed through onto any of the others. Anyway, first wild battle with a Pidgey. It's a Pidgey. It's probably just going to use Tackle, and that's about it. Can't catch anything yet because we don't have Pokeballs, but we're going to get those soon enough. Well, more or less like right now, but I'll be honest, I'm actually going to end the video here. Next time, we're gonna get Pokeballs, and we're probably going to get the tutorial on catching Pokemon. So yeah, until then, this is Shayo. Take care, and I will see you all later. Ciao.